Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with his good friend Matt, the lumberjack landlord. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing awesome. Still not retired.
There you go. So, hey, you've been working on a couple of deals.
I have.
We shared some numbers on our channel. If you want to see those, folks, Matt has a playlist. It's called Matt. It's a really sophisticated name there. I'm really good at my playlist titles. But you had a couple of deals, so let's talk about them. One was a seller financing that we put together, and one was a deal that was dead that came back alive. So, dealer's choice. Which one do you want to talk about first?
Let's talk seller financing deal first.
All right. So again, this is one I remember. Again, folks, you have a hot market. We basically, as I remember, we designed two offers. One was kind of a cash number bank financing, and the other one was a seller financing option, maybe a second something. The seller financing one, you overpaid, as I recall, or at least that's what we talked about, meaning overlist. We tried to make that dangle in front of them, and then the cash one was slightly under list, if I remember correctly. So what happened?
So we got the call back that they were not even considering the seller finance option.
Okay. Well,
and I was like, okay, fair enough. And here's the thing that I've learned about the seller finance thing. It's going to be a 1 in 20 thing.
It is.
It's going to be a 1 in 20 thing. It's not going to be a, oh, well, you're an idiot. Why can't you close a seller finance deal? Because it's a unique seller. Right?
Absolutely right.
Even if perfectly positioned and perfectly talked through and perfectly prepared, it doesn't mean it's going to be a deal. So
no, 1 in 20 is, yeah. Again, let's be very clear. It's 1 in 20 on the right 20 targets. Agreed. I think a lot of people hear us talk seller financing. They pull up the MLS and every offer is a seller financing. No. Yeah. They have to have equity. They have to have meaningful equity. They have to be open to the idea. The agent listing the property has to think it's not illegal. I can't tell you, more than half the agents that I've spoken with over my career believe seller financing is either somewhat illegal or at least a gray area, which is asinine, just so freaking asinine. But that's what you have to, like when you're writing an offer that has to be presented through an agent, sometimes you got to sell the agent first and then sell that. So not that it's impossible with MLS, just realize you got to ask questions up front. You got to qualify, as you and I would say. So, but yeah, 1 in 20 for people that are have equity and are open. That's probably the right ratio. So, okay. So there you go. So what happened to your cash offer?
So it wasn't a pure cash. It was still
a bank.
Bank offer. It was, I do the deals based on their return on capital and yield.
Of course, that's all we talk about. Yeah.
Right. So, we had talked about the number being like 490.
Yeah, on a 500 list.
On a 500 list. Yeah. And so I knew that there was going to be another offer coming in. We asked. They said, "Yep, there's another offer coming in."
So, because this was on the MLS. Your market's really hot. We kind of knew that when we broke this down.
Exactly. So I looked at it and I don't like paying based on the rental improvements that I'm going to get and my skill. However, in my market, I sometimes have to account for at least a little bit of that because it will be opportunity and money lost. And because I own so much in this market at those prices, I know what the market really is.
Okay.
So I went in with I didn't want to bring as much money to the table. So I said seller concession, but I offered 521 and they paid 3% of my closing and down payment costs.
Okay.
Total combined or transfer costs. So basically that 3% would equate to about $15,000.
Yeah. So it comes off. So it's like 506.
So it was a 506 number.
Okay.
I then put an escalator on that 506 of $5,000 up to 521.
Okay. So you have 3 jumps. Okay.
3 jumps. Yep. Up to 521 with a total offer of 536, max give back of 15. So 521 was their net deal. 520.
Right. Understood.
And I lost.
Somebody paid more.
Somebody paid more.
Okay. Well,
we were told significantly more.
And again, this was listed at 500. Yeah. That's what happens in a hot market. There are still hot markets.
There are.
All right.
So we had to stay disciplined. We were told that we lost. We said, but we were comfortable with our escalator.
Yeah, of course.
It was about based on the rate and everything else figured in, it was about an extra 250, 300 bucks more a month in payment. And so I was really comfortable with that. That still kind of had me at the netting about $1,000 a month. Who knows how much more we had to go, but I was comfortable with that number. And I talked to my agent and I just said,
no,
whatever.
Yeah. So the lesson here is you just write numbers you're good at. You know your yield, right? You only write great deals today. You ask, you get creative. Like closing cost is real money. That's 15 grand. You don't have to write. And then of course, as we saw with the next deal we're going to talk about, I'm positive your agent will follow up every couple of weeks because just like the one we're about to talk about, even a cash deal can fall out for whatever reason. And this particular deal we're going to talk about now, a buyer overpaid, actually lost their earnest money deposit. They walked away. They were nervous. So what happened on this one? This one I think was listed at, call it 200. No, it was 250, 240. You thought you had a deal at 200. Somebody paid more. You were all pissed off. You were a curmudgeon for a couple of days.
I was worse than that.
Yeah. You were apoplectic. I think that's the word you taught.
Correct. That is exactly what I was.
Yeah, I have no idea what that means. And that's an SAT word that I have no idea.
Beyond pissed off.
Yeah, beyond pissed off. Well, it came back and you were okay. So what happened on that one?
So rate change downward. So I increased the number because it gave me my same return.
That is wild. Rates went down today. Dude, did you not hear? The Fed has raised rates 75 basis points twice. What the hell is rates going down for? But
yeah,
I digress.
Right? Yeah, maybe it's the non-technical recession we're in.
I guess so.
So I'm looking at it, and so I'm like, you know what? We'll give a little bit here, move a little bit there. So I went to 225, but they created a stipulation that now it could, because he got a cash offer and a cash deal. Now they created a stipulation that this could only be a cash deal now. So your buying pool goes from this to anybody living space,
right?
Almost nothing.
Yeah.
And so we went to 220. Honestly, I thought our number was awesome. I was like 225. It's 10,000 less than what he accepted in a cash offer.
Right.
He got to keep a $10,000 deposit. I'm essentially giving him his 235.
Yeah, to him. Yeah, it's net. Yeah.
Still net. It's a net to him. 225. Then they come back. They say 235. And we want him to be able to leave all the stuff that he thinks is trash that he wants to leave behind. We want to close by the end of August. We want to lease back for free for another 30 to 60 days. And then what was the other thing? Oh, and no inspections. And I was like, sounds awesome. Here, just take my checkbook and write yourself a check for whatever you want. Because clearly that's the game we're playing here.
Yeah, exactly.
So
this guy thinks he has a diamond in the rough. And he thinks that because the last buyer made him think he had a diamond. He doesn't. He's already taken his buyer pool to nothing. It's an odd property. It's got buildings on it without bathrooms and lift car. Who wants a freaking car lift? Like 4 guys in the entire state? Yeah, you're one of them?
I'm one of them.
Yeah, but he doesn't need to know that. I mean,
no.
Yeah, I would not. I'd be writing an offer at 200. I've just got to tell you. I mean, this guy's. Yeah, 199 exactly. He would not get another 2 from me. It'd be like 199. I'd send him one every 10 days.
So in the interest of negotiation and feeling I'm fairly decent at this, based on my 25-year career and real estate investing, we pulled our offer.
Yeah,
it was a
of course.
situation. We pulled our offer.
You're negotiating with yourself.
She came back and she said, what was the problem with our counter? And I talked to my agent before that. I said, if she calls back and asks, what was the problem with our counter? The answer is, what wasn't the problem with your counter?
Everything.
Everything was a problem. Yeah. So he answered that. He said, kind of everything. Like the price, now you guys want special terms, and you're looking for a cash buyer. P.S. We're also going into winter months.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Right. So now, Mike, I actually have to call my bank again. And I got to find out if they took me from 6 down to 5.5. If that's the case, I can easily pay 235 and actually make more money on the deal.
Dude, stop it. No.
It's money, Mike. It's money. I like money.
Principal. Oh. 199.
Yeah. I don't want to die on that hill.
Because
here's the thing.
202.
There might be 4 guys looking for a property with a lift in it.
Yeah.
But there's only 2 properties with a lift in it.
No, I understand. Right. And there's only one person that can write a check. So
geographic desirability is big too, because this one's only 10 minutes from 90 or 80% of my properties.
Yeah.
So it's almost a strategic buy. So I'm willing to deal with this agent from hell.
Yeah.
We'll just call her Satan.
Yeah.
I'm willing to deal with her. But if I can talk to my bank and my bank says we'll go in at 5.5, then that changes the numbers.
Yeah.
It changes the numbers, and I can do 235. Although it's been a week, almost a week, it's still sitting there.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's getting showings. It doesn't say in the listing that it needs.
You are in. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it right now. This is stupid. You are in much better financial position than you think you are.
I am, but I really need this property.
No, you don't.
I don't have a snow plowing plan without it. So here's where the other mitigating factor is.
Sure.
I got a bill last year from my snow guy for $42,000.
So how does this so again, I don't deal with snow. So how does this property help that $42,000?
It allows me, the biggest problem that you have during snow season is when something breaks on your snowplow truck.
Sure.
There's a list of those things that break, and there's a very short list of people that can actually fix those things.
So basically you want the lift so you can go put your truck on it, you can move it in the air and you can say, oh, look at that hose broke or that thing broke,
and I can fix it in a day. Meaning if we get snow in the next couple of days, I don't have pissed off tenants. I don't have all of this other stuff.
I get it.
So this one really more is strategic for me. I'm trying to be disciplined and still get my return.
You are not being disciplined at all.
I said try. I'm trying to be more disciplined.
Tell that story to someone else. All you're doing is you're talking yourself into a deal. Hey, it happens to the best of us. I get it.
This one's just strategic.
Dude, just go write the check. $240.
I have to. I have to at least pretend like I'm a little bit harder to get. At least a little bit. If I just sign on the line we just started now, I'm a floozy.
Dude, you're walking. Yeah, you're wearing a dress, man. Come on. It's just crazy.
So I'm going to have a conversation with the bank, take a look. Now it's been a week and I still think, because I think that we can get it. I'm willing to pay a little bit more money. I just don't want all those other things, or I can do those other things and not pay them more money and just say my number and I'll give them all the concessions, because those other concessions only cost me about $3,000.
Okay.
So I can maybe do 225, give them all the concessions, but then I still get a better price. And so then that extra $3,000 literally gets paid off in probably the first year, 18 months.
Yeah. All right. Well, this would be fun to watch. Where can people follow you and, watch you have a snowplow lift thingy, Bob? No idea why you deal with that stuff.
Oh, dude, it's awesome. It is awesome. It's there. I mean, the fun thing is Dion gets to jump in big trucks and drive them around like they're toys. I get to jump in equipment and drive it around like it's a toy. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah, I get to pay people to do that stuff. It's okay.
I'm 7, whatever. I get to throw Sammy in the car seat with me and go, you want to plow through that 10-foot pile of snow?
Let's do it. This. Oh, shoot. Yeah. There's a car there.
Thankfully, that's not happened. Yes.
There you go. Well, how can people follow you? Because they're going to watch this happen.
Yeah, Lumberjack Landlord on YouTube and on Instagram. We will post pictures if we buy this property.
Oh, yeah.
And then, with the lift for sure. And then the live stream 11:30 a.m. Sundays we're available.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Mike.